A very good morning to all. Now moving on to the next exercise, the fourth exercise. Answer the following questions in one sentence. So let's discuss the question and the answers. The first question, what is a taproot? So you all know what is a taproot. So taproot is a type of root that has one main root to which smaller roots are attached. There are many examples for taproot like mango tree. These are all examples for taproot. One main root from which smaller roots are attached. Let's see the second question. List the parts of a plant present on the stem. So you all know the different parts of a plant, different parts which is present on the stem. So which are the parts? The stem bears branches which has leaves, flowers and fruits. Moving on to the third question. Name a plant that stores food in its stem. So we learned that there are plants which stores extra food in their root, stem and leaves. So here the question is, which plant stores food in its stem? So there are many examples like sugarcane, onion, ginger, potato. All these plants stores food in its stem. So you can write the answer as sugarcane plant stores food in its stem. Moving on to the fourth question. What are the tiny pores on the leaf surface called? What are the tiny pores called? It is called as stomata. Air enters the plant through its stomata. So you can write the answer as the tiny pores on the leaf surface are called stomata. Moving on to the next question. What do leaf veins carry? So what do leaf veins carry? It carry food and water. Leaf veins carry water and food. Moving on to the next question. Which part of a plant forms a fruit? So which part? That is the flower. You can write the flower of a plant forms a fruit. So what you can do is, we have discussed questions from 1 to 6. Now you can pause the video, then write the answers in your notebook with proper date. So now let's move on to the next question. Exercise number 5. Here you can answer the following questions in 2 to 3 sentences. So let's read the first question. Why are roots important to a plant? Roots hold the plant to the ground. They take water from the soil. So while we discussed about the part of plant, we learned that roots take in water and nutrients from the soil. So the roots hold the plant to the ground. They take water from the soil. Then carrot and beetroot store extra food in their root. Moving on to the second question. How does the stem help the plant? So how does the stem help the plant? The stem helps the plant. The stem erects the plant. It carries water and food to all parts of the plant. So that is the main function of a stem. So we can write the answer as stem bears branches, leaves, flowers and fruits. Then it carries food made by the leaves to all parts of a plant, and it also carries water sucked in by the roots to all parts of a plant. So in total, it carries water and food to all parts of a plant, and it has flower, fruit and leaves. And also in sugarcane and potato plant, extra food can be stored in their stem. Moving on to the next one. Describe an activity to show that root holds a plant firmly to the soil. You have to describe an activity where the roots hold a plant tightly or firmly to the soil. So let's see the activity. What you have to do is take about 20 seeds of wheat and ragi and sow them in an ice cream cup with garden soil. And after about a week, what you have to do is, after about a week, 3 to 4 days old, you have to stop watering the plant for 2 days. Then, so that the soil is dry. Hold the seedlings and lift them up. Then you will notice that the roots hold the plant firmly to the soil. Even you can try this activity in your home and write this answers down in your notebook also. Moving on to the fourth one. Explain the function of a leaf in a plant. So what is the main function of a leaf? It prepares food for the plant. So you can write the answer as leaves take in carbon dioxide and use sunlight to prepare food for the plant. So what was that process called? That process is called as photosynthesis. And leaves take in oxygen through stomata. You know what is a stomata? The tiny pores which is present on the surface of the leaf. In some plants such as cabbage and lettuce, leaves store food. So you can write the answer down in your notebook. Coming to the next exercise, here you can see a rhyme. So first we'll read this rhyme which is based on parts of a plant. And based on this, you have some questions. So let's read it first. Do you know the parts of plants? The parts of plants, the parts of plants. Do you know the parts of plants? They make them grow and grow. The roots, they hold the plant in place. The plant in place, the plant in place. The roots, they hold the plant in place and soak up water too. Do you know the parts of plants? The parts of plants, the parts of plants. Do you know the parts of plants? They make them grow and grow. The stem moves water up the plant, up the plant, up the plant. The stem moves water up the plant, brings water to the leaves. The leaves soak up the rays of the sun, the rays of the sun, the rays of the sun. The leaves soak up the rays of the sun and help the plant to make food. So this is the rhyme which is about parts of a plant. So based on this rhyme, we will answer the following questions. So you can circle the answers in the rhyme. So let's see the first one. Circle the parts of a plant that the poem describes. So which are the parts of the plant that poem describes? The poem describes about root, stem and leaves, the three parts. So you can circle these parts in that rhyme. The second one, which part soaks up water from the soil? So which part soaks up water from the soil? What is the answer? The answer is root. So root sucks water from the soil. The third one, which part brings water to the leaves? Which part? That is the stem. We know that stem carries water to all parts of the plant. So the answer is stem. The fourth one, which part soak up sunlight? So which part soak up sunlight? The answer is leaves. Fifth one, why do plants soak the rays of the sun? In the last sentence you can see, leaves soak up the rays of the sun and help the plant to make food. So why do they soak up the rays of the sun? To make food. Coming to the second exercise, you have two questions and you have to answer the following questions. The first one, mint is a herb. What kind of stem does it have? So while discussing the class, we learned that herb. What is a herb? The plants which are very small, we call them as herb. And we can easily bend the stem of the herb. Why? Because they have a soft stem. So we can write the answer as thin and soft stem. So what kind of stem does the herb have? Thin and soft stem. Coming to the second one. Where are the stomata present on a tomato plant? So where are the stomata present? They are present on the surface of the leaf. So you can write it as in the leaves. It is present in the leaves. So now let's see the value-based question. So what you have to do is you have to think over this question. So let's read the question. Why should we not pluck the leaves and flowers of a plant? So we all know flowers are the most colorful part of a plant, or you can say it is the most beautiful part of a plant. And when you pluck these leaves and flowers, its loss is beauty. Its beauty is destroyed. So it is good or it is right to pluck the leaves and flowers? No, we should not pluck the leaves or flowers of a plant because it loses its beauty or its beauty is destroyed. So you should not pluck the leaves or flowers of a plant. Now coming to the next one, it is an activity. The names of 4 different plants are given. And what you have to do is, you have to observe and write the type of root these plants have. And you can write it down in the space given. And one more activity is there. What you have to do is, you have to take up 2 plants. One plant, a leaf with a leaf vein arranged in a straight line, and another plant, the leaf veins connected to the midrib. And what you have to do is, you have to uproot these 2 plants, observe them, study their roots, and write the given answers. Fill in the below questions. So these 2 activities, you can do it, and once you have done it, you can send it to us. While discussing the class, we learned about leaves, how they make food, and that process is called as photosynthesis. And there is a scientist named Jean Seneber. This scientist, actually, he was the first person to show that the plants take carbon dioxide and release out oxygen. So that is all about our second chapter, parts of a plant. So I hope you all understood about the different kinds of plants and different parts of a plant. So you can do the activity and send it to us. So we'll meet in the next class with a new chapter. Till then, thank you.